Have you ever sat down to focus only to find yourself later on, just 2 minutes later, 2 seconds later, distracted completely? Randomly you open Instagram, randomly you jacked off, and randomly you decided to do something third, even though it wasn't on your list. Well, what if I told you that 99% of people live their life like that for the rest of their lives? Would you like to live that life? If that's not the life that you want to live, well then this is the right video for you. By the end of this video, you will understand why we cannot focus, not as a human being, but as a whole society of human beings. So let's first of all think about our brains as a logical thing, as a primal beast. Think about it for a minute. Was our brain created to multitask? Did our brains ever multitask multiple things at once? Of course they did. However, they never did as many things as we do currently in today's society. Back then, fair enough, we would hunt something, we would be just chilling and relaxing with our wives, and then randomly something would just happen and you would hear in the distance, and typically you would be alert because that could be a tiger, that could be some danger, and you always were on the guard as to what this thing could be. That's why that was useful. However, in today's society, that thing has been overused, overdosed. What do I mean by this? Well, how many notifications on your phone did you receive just today within this 1 hour? Think about it for a minute. Maybe you don't use Instagram, fair enough. What about the video games you have downloaded? What about something else that you have downloaded? What about YouTube notifications? You still have your notifications on and you're here wondering why you cannot focus. Well, of course you cannot focus. For focus, you need to train yourself to actually go on and become a person who can focus. If you really think about it, this was a concept I learned simply from my own experience. When I first started going to the gym, I saw insane muscle growth within just the first month. Typically people call them noob gains. Now, there isn't really a noob gain when it comes into the brain. However, the same concept applies. The more you exercise, the better you become. The more you lift, the more and heavier you can lift. That's the same concept that your brain uses to focus. Is like a muscle. The more you focus, the more you use your focus, and the more and more and more and more and more you improve upon it, the easier it becomes. It's kind of like a freight train. In the beginning, it is quite slow. It literally goes 1 to 2 miles an hour, but then it catches some speed and more and more and more and more and more. And before you realize it, it's just blitzing through everything with 100 miles an hour. And it only goes upwards from that point onward. The same thing with a plane, the same thing, everything. In the beginning it's hard. It's hard for the car to start in the beginning. But the moment it does and it catches some speed, it will only catch more and more and more speed unless you hit the brakes. And the same concept applies to your brain. All you need to do is just start exercising this for real. And now, why does this issue exist in the first place? Well, let's think about it for a minute. Out of these notifications, out of all of this stuff that you have in this world, you can separate it into 2 categories: the instant gratification and the delayed gratification. Those are the 2 categories that you can separate the gratification into. Now, what do you get when you see a notification? Is that good for you long term? Will you benefit if you see the notification long term? Fair enough, maybe 1 to 3 days later. However, it will not matter. Because, again, it's just a notification. Nothing will happen, nothing matters, and nothing will change because you saw the notification. The same is with masturbation. What if you masturbate right now? Yes, you get the instant dopamine right now. You feel a bit happier and all of that. But later on, you will feel like shit. Now, think about the gym, for example. When you go into the gym, unless you're very experienced, do you feel happy? Do you feel happy when you lift the weights? If you're a newbie, you would feel burned, you would feel pain, you would feel not so good of emotions, if you get my point. That's exactly how you would feel. You would feel kind of like it's not the spot for you. You would feel uncomfortable, but it's not good right now. It will not feel good right now. However, later on, I'm not talking like weeks, I'm talking months later on. If you continue to exercise every single day, you will get the benefit from 3 months before this right now. You can look at yourself in the mirror and you will be jacked. So you can separate them into two positions, instant and delayed gratification. And most people chase the instant gratification. And focus, as we already discussed, is something that you need to train. Something that you need to train with the delayed gratification. It's easy to be instantly gratified. It's easy to go and get a hamburger, some junk food and just eat it real quick and that's it. But it's hard to sit down and cook your own food, your own meat, to just actually have something good to eat for breakfast or dinner or whatever. That's the hard part. The moment you do this, the moment you decide to go on this journey and completely change your mind to go and follow the delayed gratification path, everything in life changes. And now that's not the only problem. NoFap is kind of intertwined with it, as we already discussed. It's a activity that is battling the instant gratification of masturbation. So if you're focused, you can quit masturbation. If you're not focused, you cannot quit masturbation. If you're focused, you can actually be quite good at NoFap. However, if you're not focused, you will not only be not good at NoFap, you will be not good at multiple things in life. You will be the typical failure that is walking on the street every single day. And now, how do you actually improve your focus? I started this journey about 2.5, 3 years ago even, and I started being on self-improvement. I started improving myself, changing myself, being better and better version every single day. And one thing I've noticed was a strange phenomena in my behavior. Before this, I would wake up whenever I would like. I would sleep in the morning as much as I would like to. I would eat the junk food, eat sugar, eat every single bullshit I could find. Eating, shitting, and sleeping. I was that person. And the behavior change I've encountered was only few days later. I have been cleaning my room, I have been taking care of myself, exercising, meditating, journaling, taking cold showers, and I was following a structure. I was following a routine that actually helped me long-term in life. A routine that as long as I followed for just 30% a day, everything would change. And now, what is this phenomenon I'm talking about? Well, I realized it all came down to discipline. I was disciplined enough to actually make it in life. I was disciplined enough to get away from this behavior and go dive deep into the right behaviors of life. I was that person who decided to change and become a disciplined man of character, who knows what he's doing and cares for someone else. Now that wasn't the only thing. One of them, yes, certainly was discipline. However, the second most important thing for focus and basically quitting any habit that you want to quit is your purpose in life. Now, purpose sounds kind of vague. I'm not telling you, oh bro, if you don't have the purpose of saving millions of people, if you don't have company, you will not make it. I'm talking about yourself. What do you think living for your future self falls under? That's a purpose right there. My purpose back then was to make sure that I right now live a better life. And boy oh boy, I made it. He made it. The person in the past made me happen because he was sacrificing himself for someone in the future. And right now, I'm doing the same thing for someone in the future myself. I'm recording these videos, I'm not masturbating, I'm actually journaling, I'm going to the gym daily even when I don't want to. That's what I'm currently doing. Do you have something like that in life? Do you feel like you have something like that? If not, you need to find it. How do you find that? Well, just sit down, pause for a minute and start thinking about it. That's how you find that. The moment you do this, it's just a matter of time before you quit everything that you want to quit and develop any habit that you want to develop. What do I mean by this? Well, pretty damn simple. Your brain isn't evil. Stop thinking that way. The habits that you feed it are the evil ones or the good ones. Depending on the habits that you feed it, that's how your brain will react. So, I guess it's time to change your environment, brother. I guess it's time to actually get serious. As many people say, lock in, quote unquote. You need to actually change something in this life. And as you already realize, nothing changes if nothing changes. So we need to go on and change our behaviors. Because as Albert Einstein said, I think it was him, you cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created the problem in the first place. You need a different mindset to actually solve the problem. So if you're currently procrastinating, if you're currently jacking off every single day, not knowing what to do with your life, well, think of your mindset and do the complete opposite of what your mindset currently tells you. If your mind right now tells you, oh, click off this video, continue and watch this video till the end. If your mind tells you after this video, oh bro, you shouldn't go to the gym after all. I mean, you can start tomorrow. Go now. Drop down, do push-ups right now and go into the gym. That's what you need to do. Every single time your Jeffrey brain, your lower self brain, your disgusting piece of crap brain tells you, bro, just do it tomorrow. Bro, just procrastinate. Don't. Start now and do it now. Because that's how you will get the most leverage out of this life. And now, to just hold you accountable, let's have an action step for you real quick. If you're on the PC, close all of your tabs and just have this one open. That's how you begin first. Mute all of your notifications. All of them. Oh, but I need Instagram. You don't need Instagram. Be real with yourself. If you have anyone important on there, they can call you on the phone. So don't be thinking, oh, I can just use Instagram and that's it. And if you seriously need it because someone important is messaging you, not your online girlfriend or your classmates. If someone is important actually messaging you, just download the distraction-free Instagram. And that's it. That's all you need to do. That's your action step for today. And to hold you accountable, click the first link in the description to join my free community, where I will ask you questions, and you can ask me questions too, as to how to improve yourself at a rate that you've never thought was possible. Click the first link, it's completely free, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, you can click on this video on my head to find out more.